Hello and welcome back to Kaiserreich. So I did a bunch of changes to some things, among them the names of the squadrons and everything, and then I did a quick audio test, as I usually do before I start recording, and then Windows Media Player, because I recorded a snippet of audio and decided to listen back to it, and Windows Media Player just froze my entire computer, so then I lost those changes, and also I made a cup of tea, and the cup of tea turned out shit. So my day's starting out well. I'm gonna take it all out on Wrangle. Let's see here. I swear to God, every time I make tea, there's like a 9 in 10 chance it's not gonna taste very well, and then 1 in 10 chance it's gonna taste amazing. Must be why like Japanese tea ceremonies and stuff are so friggin' like complicated, like so involved. There is submarine command, and we're going to change the icon of this one to first. Never mind, I did it the wrong way around. There we go. And of course the name did not stick there. It should be good enough. Surely. So, let's see. Do we have... We don't really have anywhere to apply our fleets at all. Oh boy, I turned up the music and now it's very loud. I wish they would run like a compressor pass over like every song to equalize, or like an equalizer to equalize all the audio levels. Yeah, so we don't actually have anywhere to really operate with our fleets. Like, we could send them up here, I suppose. Like, we could send, let's see, send one squadron up there. This one has experience, so let's send it back. Assign the old submarines to that squadron. Now, is this one using... Okay, what kind of design is this using? It's using... Okay, that old one, Veteinen. Well, in that case, we're going to make the third submarine squadron. And this one is going to be assigned to... Wait. Oh no, this is the A-type, never mind. A-type, well, in that case, A-type, you can go home. So the A-type is going to be, yeah, that's going to be our future main raider, well, mainstay of our raider fleets. I thought we had finished a B-type, but we haven't even started those yet. Let's start making those. Guys, we're gonna want those B-types for mining up the fjords here, because I believe mines are more effective. Doesn't say anything here, but I believe mines are more effective in inland seas like this song goes places. This is I'm going to guess either Polish or... So there's not enough W's for me to say for sure that it's Polish, but it's got a bunch of those letters that I'm like, this is very Polish. But I'm missing like 12 W's in that sentence there for me to say for sure. Oh, this song is so good. They shall not pass. Song about, I believe, the Battle of Verdun in the First World War. We need to buy some chromium. Why can we not raid there? Or are they on their way? No, they're basing, right? No. What are they doing? Base them out in Sweden. Okay, I'm thinking here. So we can take this. That we can do once they stop attacking us. But we can't really attack over this way. Because we can't really hold anything here. We'd have to attack one by one. Actually, we could attack this. Yeah. Let's wait until that division moves out of that. Otherwise, this guy's going to come and reinforce. It's going to be 3 divisions versus 2. And then we shouldn't attack here, because we can't really reinforce that and hold. Unless we send this guy to pin him, but then he can't. I mean, we're not going to do that. Then this becomes open as well. Actually, no. If we do that simultaneously, so if we do, let's see. In fact, we could just do this. Oh, that's loud. Shouldn't be much louder than my voice though. But with all these new fanciful audio settings I've got going. God, the song's so good. There we go, now this works. It might have been that the mission was way too far away from the base though that doesn't make much sense. It might be that I really don't know. The AOG wants to send us a convoy. How many convoys do you need to send one convoy? Alright, we can attack here now. Very tempting to go over there. But I think at this point the best attack is over here, pin there, and then assist over there, like that. No river crossing penalty, because he's not crossing a river. Oh, Insulindia declared war on the Dutch Indies. Yeah, so he's not crossing a river, he's assisting and he's pinning this guy. We have a native Indian revolt against the colonialist regime. Like a liberation war, essentially. Oh god. Where did all these guys come from? Following will bypass the focus. Is it war with the Russian Republic? Okay, so we can bypass this one, but we can't bypass this one. Yeah, this one can't be bypassed at all. But this one can. We do need to fight Sweden at some point. Just to get Greater Finland. I'll probably be fine. Just Sweden and the rest of the Reichspakt. We can deal with that. 20,000 men versus 10 million, something like that. Let's see, we'll probably do Navy then. In the liberated zone. I was gonna guess, I would guess this is Vietnamese. Or Malaysian or something like that. Both languages I'm not familiar with at all. But it doesn't seem very Chinese from the lettering, and obviously not Japanese or Korean. Unless it is Korean, and I'm just completely wrong. It has been known to happen. Okay, so they took back that territory there. Which, you know, is sad. But not the end of the world. Halt these attacks. They're fruitless at the moment, and they were only meant to pin. That's where they got all their troops. They completely abandoned this front. Continue pinning that then. Yemen was annexed. I gotta go back and check how long these little pockets here have persisted. It must be something like coming on a year or more. Saudi Arabia declared war on Ikhwan. Sultan bin Bajad bin Hamid al-Utaybi. That's a long name. Sultan obviously title, bin is of, Sultan of Bajad bin... Wait, what? Bin Bajad bin... He's of Bajad, but he's also... And he's a son of... No, he's a son of Bajad. I don't actually understand. No, Al is son of, right? That's like a patronym. That's a complicated name. Got a I believe a generic face because he shares a face with this guy, Benjamin the First. That wasn't the intent. There you go. Rest all these guys up. I could have taken that territory there if I was paying attention. That's my bad. Right, so we got open holes in the Russian line here now. God, they sound so fucking angry, these Finns. This is the EPSH-esque gun made in Finland. It's very similar to the actual PPSH, sorry, and was created historically, I believe, but was not actually like an adaptation of the Soviet weapon. I believe it was maybe even the reverse. I believe the Soviets adapted the idea from the Finnish, but I might be wrong. PPSH being like the Soviet extremely fast-firing submachine gun from mag, famously, so it could have a box mag. Very good at spitting lead downrange. At, well, everything downrange. Emptying your mag in a mere a couple of seconds, so... let's see if, battlefield support, probably. Do we want to continue radar, or do we want to potentially get Finnish nukes? Nukes aren't all that powerful or useful for smaller nations, honestly. They can be used with, like, they can be used to exploit some stuff. It's a mountain infantry, because we may have to fight Sweden. But yeah, they can be used in conjunction with some sort of, like, cheat. Like land paratroopers on important victory points and then nuke. So ever since they changed the war support and ability and all those mechanics, I sort of have lost track of how that works. The end of the the end of the American Civil War. The Second American Civil War, the bloodiest conflict to ever descend on the New World, is over. And as sobbing widows bury their dead husbands and sons, the old USA regime has been replaced by a reactionary military dictatorship that has vanquished all rivals. General Douglas MacArthur has issued a nationwide crackdown on all possible enemies, state and underground CSA and AUS successors. The nation is slowly starting to rebuild. Will the United States return to democracy, or will the legacy of the founding fathers be crushed under the leader's boot? Only time will tell, but this war will be etched into the consciousness of the American people forever. Okay, we will shortly know. It's going to be very important. See if this goes down a full dictatorship path, or if it goes down the democracy. We can rush the mechanized offensive. It's not going to be very useful to us, but we want the shock and awe stuff, though. We're going to rush this in order to get to this stuff. Okay, our friends down south here are pushing. We want to push more. We want to reach at least some of the victory points. At this point, we're not going to be able to take a lot of this in good conscience. So we haven't really taken too much land from the Russians. I mean, this stuff is probably going to default to us. But I do want some of the stuff down this way as well. In reality, you're meant to completely annex all countries, but that doesn't really seem fair with what's going on right now. Like Kaiserreich rules basically tell you you gotta annex everything because of the way the events work. But in this situation, the Khanate should have half of this. And we should have like a little bit up here. Maybe something like up here as well. Create like an occupation zone. And meanwhile, like the Finnish provinces, the Lebensraum. Meanwhile, the what the fuck, dude? What are you guys doing? Yeah, meanwhile, the United Baltic Duchy, I don't know if they would take anything, but the Germans would definitely have some territory out here to administrate directly, or potentially create a puppet state out of. Yeah, Germany would take all this stuff, because Germany's been the main driving force in Persia here. No soldiers. If I'm being quiet, I'm like intensely focusing on all this micromanagement here, trying not to mess up this stuff. Because there's a very real possibility for some very, very spicy encirclements right now. Can't really do much here. If this guy moves down there, we're probably gonna just move up here and then take this guy. We need to wait for some organization to recover here. Satanan perkele och så vidare och så vidare. Mixing a bunch of Swedish, sorry, yeah, Finnish, Swedish and Norwegian. That's me mixing. They're speaking purely in Finnish. But I don't know how to speak Finnish. I just know the word perkele. And I believe since the Finns do also speak Swedish as a... Jesus Christ, dude, I love that. As a second language, they can also say stuff like Satan. Which you can probably infer what that means. So this is extremely risky right now. We are extending ourselves very heavily, but I mean, the Russians are extending themselves way more. And by extending, I mean overextending, of course. Oh, I love it so much. Yeah, let's move this guy over. We need to stop assaulting across the river. We can probably move these guys. Yeah, let's move that. Would be better to take this instead. Yeah, he's actually only helping, so we can move him there now. Cool, that's an encirclement here, and in that case we can do this and halt this guy. The reason I deployed this guy early, which is really bad because he gets a minus 25% modifier to basically everything, is that I just want more people to hold the line. Also, I'll send him there. And send him down there. At this point, the sort of the general state of the front lines for the Russians is so bad that I think that even given the chance for an encirclement, they will not capitalize because they are way too much on the defensive. They're way too much on the back foot. That even if we do present them an opportunity, they will be unable to. Which is why I'm doing all this risky stuff to begin with. Why I'm like kind of not being cautious as I might have, or like maybe should be, with the limited amount of manpower, which means the limited amount of or limited room for failure that we do have. Sounds sometimes like he's saying Helvete, but you can possibly also infer what that means. We have a stereotype in Norway for Finns sort of swearing a lot. I'm not quite sure if that's true, but it's the impression I've gotten. Oh, yeah, so that thing about not capitalizing on our foolish overextensions, I guess, probably shouldn't be listening to me. Though also we do have an active front line, which means they are repositioning here without my consent, really. So I'm just gonna blame the AI on that one. That way I can rid myself of any responsibility for my mistakes. Need more organization there. Taking any airports? We have not. Should probably build an airport or something up here. Oh, we should take Arkhangelsk. Yeah, I keep forgetting. Should probably rush that actually to make it so we don't even need these guys up here. I mean, they haven't even found anything yet either. These guys found nothing, and these guys found nothing. I should probably actually reactivate some of our fleets over here because we do have oil to spare at the moment. And in doing so, we might actually be able to catch the rest of the Russian Navy if there's anything left of it. Because what happens when a harbor gets captured and they don't have anywhere else to go, they might sail all the way across here. But I find that unlikely. A lot of time they just hang around in the oceans. I'll actually have them on. I'll have them on patrol. These guys have. Oh, they are locating something. They are locating convoys. Okay. Honestly, let's send these guys out as well. Oh, okay, we're actually chasing quite a large convoy here. Yeah, let's send all our boys up. Why does this happen? Well, I mean, I know the answer. It's because I'm doing foolish things. But, I need a Pikachu face meme. Or like me, or that Eric Andre meme where he shoots Hannibal or whatever, and you know, says why would Hannibal do this or whatever, and just change it to why would the AI do this. Stop that. Stop that, dude. Go there. Pin this dude so we can't stop him. Now, the truth of the matter is that this was actually a 9,000 IQ galaxy brain idea, a plan for me to encircle way more divisions over here, actually. I planned for this from the very beginning. Honest to God truth. Or honest goodness truth, I think the expression is. Yeah, see, everything's going to plan. Easy. Oh, you can stop now. Why do we only have one operating out here right now? Oh, because this guy's moving to naval base. There we go. Oh, we're actually over time, so I should probably end the episode right now. So, thank you for watching, first of all. And also, if you're interested in reaching out to me on social media, there's links to Discord and Twitter in the description down below. If you would like to support me, there's a link to Patreon and a Humble Bundle link where you can buy this game or any other expansion. And I will get a small kickback from it. And other than that, mod list, of course. Don't forget that. Don't think there's anything else. Oh yeah, of course, Twitch. So I haven't really started streaming yet, but I will be in at some point in the future, and when I do, I would love to have someone to interact with in the chat. So if you do have a Twitch account, if you do watch Twitch streams, live streams, then please check out the link in the description down below, and please give me a follow. And that's about it. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.